It's just wild out here, you guys. Is that crazy or what? That's all accessible to me. There's some roads that go out there, but a lot of it's just hiking. Wow. Wow. This is the area I call the lake, not because of this huge mud puddle here, but because I imagine when you get tons of rain, it fills up out here in this field. You can see sort of the center of the lake would be right there. It's this huge, vast area, and you can camp up there on the ridge. I'd be able to get my truck up here, but I'd be hard-pressed to get my trailer in here. I think I could do it, though. I just don't think I'm that brave. The road's a little rough getting up here. We've had so much water, so much rain lately that there's a lot of these mud puddles around. And it's nice because we don't have to deal with the dust. It's like a nice break. And you guys know I love it when the clouds are out. That's the best time to hike. Best time. With any luck, we'll be riding up in those mountains with an e-bike here pretty soon. I have some good news on that front. An e-bike company got back to me. So like I said, it's gonna be the first e-bike I get. That's the one I'm gonna test out on this, you know, sort of a rigorous test. And they said they want to send me their mountain bike, which is like a full-size mountain bike. They had a folding one that had like smaller tires, but I think it would have actually worked fine. And so now as a nomad, I'm kind of, you know, struggling with the idea of, oh, do I want a really small bike that I can throw in the bed of the truck, or do I want, you know, a full-size bike that, you know, will definitely get me basically anywhere I want to go, but then I have to figure out a way to store it. Then there's shipping. So let's talk about all that. As a nomad, this stuff might be interesting to you guys, you know. Let me change up the view so you can see the hills out here. And I've hiked up in there, but we're gonna go beyond all of these hills with that bike. So, okay, let's talk about the size of the bike. Well, I guess the good thing is that I'm just one person, so I only need one bike. If I needed two bikes, then, you know, it starts to get really bulky. I do have a mountain bike in the bed of the truck right now. It's not fully operational, but, you know, it takes up a fair amount of space, although it is taken apart. Like, the wheels are taken off of it. With an e-bike, it's not that easy. So that's why I always had the folding bike in mind. I thought that would be best. And they have smaller tires. They're like, I think 10-inch tires, as opposed to like 24 or 26-inch tires. And so if you're on our Patreon, you can see I put a video up there of a review of one of those foldable bikes that we did, that I got. The company sent it to us, and you know, it didn't work out. So that's why I didn't post the review on YouTube, because I never really got around to doing the review, because you know, it went tits up pretty quickly. But it was awesome until it did. So go to our Patreon, you know, help support us there and watch those videos. But the idea of a folding bike as a Nomad is a good one, just because it's a space saver. And since I'm not like a crazy mountain biker, like I'm not always wanting to go out on a bike, you know, all the time, it's more of just a tool for me. For like this road here, if I'm bringing my trailer up this road and I realize, okay, it's getting a little sketchy, I want to scout it out. Is there a campsite? Are there tons of people camped up here? Are there any open sites? How rough does the road get is like the main thing. Can I get my trailer any further? And so usually I get out on foot and hike a little bit and check it out. And that's generally okay, but you can't go as far. If it's hot, then it's kind of a pain in the butt. The dogs, I usually don't take the dogs when I scout, because I'm just checking stuff out really quick. I don't have time to like keep them on their leashes and stuff like that. So to have a bike, it's more of a tool in my case. But this company wants to send me their fancy full-size mountain bike, because I told them what I wanted to do with it. That I wanted to take it on a mountain road. It's a little rough, but not too rough. But it's like, you know, 10 miles round trip. And so obviously they want their product to look good. So it's, you know, it's kind of their choice, whatever they think is best to send. So they said they want to send the mountain bike. You know, it's not cheap, it's expensive. So I'm excited, like it should be a good quality piece of equipment, but where do I store it? And you say, well, because it's not going to fit in the bed of the truck. That would be way too awkward. I have too much other stuff in there that's bulky. It's not heavy, but it's bulky. So it couldn't fit in the bed of the truck. So the other option, which you'll see a lot of Nomads doing, is you get a bike rack for the back bumper of your trailer. And that's probably what's going to be in my future. Now, the reason I'm hemming and hawing about that is because the back bumper, specifically on my trailer, is not in good shape. There's a crack in the frame, which I've had repaired. But I feel like the weight of a full-size e-bike, you know, they're heavy, they're heavier than a regular mountain bike, is probably not a good idea to put on the bumper. So if I do that, I'm gonna have to get the bumper repaired / reinforced to hold a mountain bike back there. So in the meantime, where do I put this bike? And for me, that means put it inside the trailer, basically in the walkway, and then strap it down somehow so it doesn't roll around in there, and then travel that way, which would be a real pain in the butt. But a lot of RVers, they will do that. Like if you go out, you have a bunch of kids, you got like 4 or 6 bikes or something, you know, little BMX bikes, and they'll stick them in the aisleway inside the trailer, strap them down, get to your destination, and then you unpack them. So it's also kind of a common way to travel. In my case, since I want to do this mountain and show you guys, because I think it'll be a really cool adventure, then those are my options. And I got to try to get the bike shipped quickly, because I don't want to stay camped out here for too long. I need to keep heading north. So I'm communicating with them like, hey, how quick can you ship it? Then it's, where do you ship it? So I called a shipping company, or like a post office, not a post office, but a package, you know, what do they call those places? It's like the Pony Express or the Post Annex or something like that, where they accept packages. And I told them that I needed to get an e-bike shipped, and they said, oh yeah, it's no problem, but it's 25 bucks to pick it up, which that's fine. It's kind of expensive, but I get it. It's a big package, is why. There's our camp up there on that hill. Let's get back to camp. And I'll fill you guys in on my thoughts on getting packages shipped as a nomad, like while we're moving around in these different locations. What I've been doing is, because you guys want to send me packages, and you can see some of the stuff you guys have sent me here. And sometimes sponsors want to send me stuff, and so it's kind of hard to get stuff. Now this bike is a huge package, so it's kind of a different deal. I have a couple mailing services where I can get stuff sent, and then they'll repackage the stuff and then send it to me wherever I am. And I've tried general delivery at the post office, and there's usually like one general delivery post office in each town. And that actually worked really well. It's a little bit harder to kind of track the package or know when it's ready to pick it up, but then when you go to the post office, you give them your ID, and they go in the back and they pull out your packages for you. The mailing service is probably very common for nomads, because then you can get stuff sent. You always have an address. You say, just send it there. Eventually I'll get it. And you guys know, like when you guys send me stuff, it can take me months before I actually end up getting it in my hands. And lately I've picked up a whole bunch of packages. So this is just a small portion of the stuff you guys have sent. Wait until you see the dog treats that you guys have sent. So many dog treats. It's really awesome. The bike is 100 pounds. And so what I had to do is I had to talk to the company, find out how they're shipping it, because I don't want to get that shipped to the mailing service because it's way too big of a package. They'll probably hate me if I get it sent there. You know, it's a huge, huge box. So they said they're going to send it FedEx. So what I did is that mailing company in town, they said they would charge me $25 to get it shipped there. But then I found out there's FedEx office and FedEx pickup points. So you can get your packages delivered directly there, and then they hold it there. You just have to make sure you do it online and set it up as hold my package at the location. The FedEx pickup location it's about 20 miles from where I'm camped, and supposedly they're going to hold the package there for me, and it's free, you know, it doesn't cost anything. They only hold it for like 5 days or something like that, so you have to make sure that you see that it's coming in. And then hopefully they'll get it, and I will pick it up, and we'll see what we get. These packages here, I'm not going to go through these, but I just wanted to show you guys. Bo sent me a couple things here. He sent me some survival food, and this thing is pretty awesome. Pepper gel. I've been waiting for this. You guys know that I need this. Someone is sending a huge can of it, which I'm going to put inside the door of the trailer. Basically, it's my meth head protection. So when crazy people come around, I can just give them a shot of this stuff in their face and problem solved, right? We are going to do some testing with this stuff, so stay tuned for that video. I'm sure that will go well. The manufacturer sent me this product here, which we're going to go through in a different video. The only package I want to open right now is this right here. This is from Melissa Anderson. She sent this, and this thing is super cool. I'm going to put a link to this. I think they're like 10 bucks. And if you guys need a flashlight, you need a flashlight on your keychain. This little guy comes out of the box. I think it's ready to go. Look at that little thing. Can you see that? Yeah, it comes with a battery. It's a AAA battery and this tiny little flashlight. This thing goes right on your keychain, and then you always have a light. Now, one thing I will say is the reason I put this on my wish list and the reason Melissa got this for me is because it did end up breaking after I had it on there for about 5 years, and it's just stopped working. I don't know why. But these things, so bright, you can see how bright that's going to be. They're so bright for a little tiny AAA battery. So you guys check that out, hit our link. You don't even have to buy the product. If you hit the link, take you right to Amazon, and that helps us out. I just kind of wanted to give you guys some insight on getting packages shipped. It is kind of a hassle, and then you're like tracking the package and hoping it gets to the right place. I think the best thing for me for packages is having a few different pickup locations, like the mailing services, a place where I can get a bunch of stuff sent to, and then when I get around to it, or when I get in that area again to pick up the packages, or when I get into a spot where there's a general delivery post office, then I can have that mailing service send it via USPS mail, and I can pick up all my packages kind of at once there, rather than like following a package around, you know, one at a time, that kind of thing. Especially when they're small things like this, they're not super important that I get them. So it's nice to just kind of get them all centralized, and then I can arrange for pickup at my leisure, basically, when I'm around, because I'm just always traveling. You know, I'm in Arizona, I'm in Nevada, I'm in Oregon, I'm in all these different states, and I do need packages delivered. Like, you know, I get dog food delivered, I get treats delivered. You guys send tons of treats for the dog, so I need to pick that stuff up. If I don't have to worry about it, it's just easier. Now all I can see is spots. Check out our Patreon. Seriously, all I can see is spots. I can just see the face of this flashlight in my eyes right now. It's that bright. It's so bright. Check out our Patreon, you guys. I have slowed down a little bit on my videos, but don't worry, because I'll be publishing 3 videos a week here again very soon. Probably right after this video. In a couple days, you'll see another video from us. Got some really cool videos. I don't want to give it away, but pretty awesome.